Hey, what's up everyone? It's pretty cold out right now. It's about 30 degrees and the humidity's really high, so the air's got a bite to it. But got the stove going this morning and it's about 5 o'clock a.m. I like to get the stove going early if I'm planning on taking off during that day. And reason being is that you've got to get your stove cooled off before you can transport it. It's kind of a no-brainer, but it's something that can take a couple hours for it to really cool down. And what I'll use is I'll got this bucket here, this little metal bucket, and I'll take that and I fill that up with all the ambers, and I'll let it cool down first, and then fill it up with all the ambers, and then I usually just dump this into one of the fire pits that's around here. And ooh, this is bright. And what I want to talk about is I'm going to do a little recap of the BioLite Solar Home 620. It's laying over there on the little shelf, and that's the lights that I use in here. And a lot of people use kerosene lanterns for their let me turn this on. They use like kerosene lanterns or some sort of other liquid fuel lantern in their tents when they're like hunting or doing whatever it may be. And those are really great. The only problem is there's actually two problems. One is they can kick out some I need to shave my head again. It's starting to grow out a little bit. It kicks out some bad like CO2 and stuff like that, and then also if you knock it over, it can catch your structure on fire, which is not good. So anyway, I want to get some breakfast going here, and then I'll go over the Solar Home 620 here in a bit. But what I'm doing for breakfast is I'm heating up some coffee right now. Let's see here. Oh, it's actually boiling. All right, well, we're gonna cool that down a bit. But I've got some coffee in here, and then gonna do the whoa. All right, I'll be right back. I've got condensation from the coffee. All right, we're back. I didn't think about that, about the coffee boiling and then the water coming up and fogging up the lens. But I've got the cast iron skillets, both of them together. I'm gonna create more of a Dutch oven again this morning, and I've got some leftover. I've got like three of the biscuits left, and then I got a bunch of this bacon. And then I've got some avocado and some cheese and some onion. So I think what I'm gonna do, oh, and also some ham over there. So I think what I'm gonna do is make some really delicious biscuit sandwiches this morning. And Sierra's still sleeping right now. She's underneath that little hump right there. Let's see if I can get her up. What's up, girl? What you doing, sweetie? There you are. Oh, baby girl. What are you doing? You just resting underneath here? It's so nice and warm. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and let her sleep for a little bit, and get her some treats here shortly. So, but why don't I go ahead and talk about the Solar Home. So what this is this is a battery bank down here. I think it's 20 amp hours if I remember correctly. And this thing is awesome. I use this in my truck. For those who have followed my truck adventures, my truck camping adventures, it looks like I've only got 1% of the battery left, so it's going to go out soon. So why don't I cover that here in a bit. I'll charge that up and then cover it. Maybe, I don't know if I'll be able to do it today. Maybe I'll do it some other time. I'll do it later this week. I'm gonna have my nephew over to hang out and possibly winter camp in the backyard of my folks' place. Where the heck did my headlamp go? Alright, I need to figure out where my headlamp is, or else this is gonna turn south real quick when it gets dark in here. So I'm gonna log off for a second. Ooh, it's ice this morning. Let's see, is this frozen? Yep, that's frozen too. Alright, let's see if we can't get some wood, baby girl. Ran out of a little bit, we don't need much. Alright, the gunshots are going off pretty good because hunting season started yesterday. So it's time to pack up and leave. And the only problem with getting up at like 5 a.m. is that by like 7:30 you want to take a nap. So Sierra's been chilling over here, but we just... Yeah, there's another gunshot, so... Anyway, there's a gunshot going. Oh, what you doing, sweetie? Oh, baby girl, we give him some morning kisses. Oh boy, here we go. What are you doing? Don't worry, you can sit next to me, Pumpkin. Don't worry, we're safe. I got you, babe. Don't you worry, everything's fine. All right, we're gonna pack up and head out. All right, so one thing I like to do when I'm packing up is just put everything by the door, and that way I can easily transport it to the truck. Now I've still got to break down my bedding, and then the stove, and the stove still has some pretty hot ambers in it, so I'm just letting that run at full bore right now. And let's see where we at as far as ambers are concerned. And we still got quite a few more to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread this out and let this break down. And then it'll burn out pretty quick if I spread it out like that. So then it'll take about 30 minutes for the stove to cool all the way down when I get the embers out of it. So I'm gonna start packing up. The gunshots are getting pretty regular around here, and Sierra's kind of spooked, and so that's why I've got that scarf on her. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put her in the truck. That way there's no danger of her accidentally being mistaken for a deer, because she's got a coat that looks similar to the color that they have. All right, we're heading out. I think we're gonna do some hiking today before head back into Wichita. And it's a real nice day. There's like no wind at all, which is incredible. And so we have been hearing some hunting around here, but there's obviously not going to be any of that over at the preserve. And so yeah, just gonna go check it out, and I'm gonna go back into where the buffalo are at. Sierra will have to stay in the truck for that because dogs aren't allowed in that portion of the preserve. But I'm really excited to see the buffalo again. I saw them here when I was I think it was last spring or last fall about this time. It was a little bit colder out. It was in fall, yeah, of last year. And so anyway, heading to the preserve now.